This job is at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia. We're blocking off this cove so they can do remediation work. This is the first AquaDam. We're going to set this AquaDam in the water and we're going to float it over to the location we need to start the cofferdam system. And we're going to block this cove off. We're going to start the AquaDam right here, go out and back to shore. All of the green grass that you're seeing is covered at high tide. And we're going to block off this area so that they can clean out shotgun lead pellets. This is the old skeet shooting range for the officers club many years back. That's not the only thing they're doing in this project, but that's what we're doing here, is isolating this area to clean out those lead pellets. And of course this is on the Chesapeake Bay. Put the AquaDam in the water and now they're going to float it out. We've got four 3-inch pumps hooked up and ready to go. Oh, we're dragging bottom with that AquaDam right there.
Okay, we're going to go right in here.
We're going to take the ropes and the wrap off and unroll the AquaDam. There's the wrap of the AquaDam. The inner ropes. We're going to put our ropes on.
You guys want to get those 4 ropes lined up right here for us? Are we going on the inside here? Yes, on. Guys, a couple of you guys come out here or not?
We've got the AquaDam hooked up and the 2 of the pumps are running and the other 2 pumps are not. There's one of them primed and now we're waiting for the 4th one. And we'll be ready to turn them up to high. This AquaDam is a double closed in 8-foot high AquaDam. It's closed on each end with a collar on it for attachment. We're not going to we're aiming in the right direction now and all the pumps are working except one. We're using 4 ropes. We got 4 4 men holding the ropes, even though we don't need to right at the moment, but this is how we set up an AquaDam to go across the current. Yeah.
All together.
Keep on going.
Are you going to use the winder or are you doing it by hand?
Still going. We've been pumping at approximately 30 minutes.
Well, it sure seems like there's more water on this side than there is on that side.
Yeah. There is on that.
Here we're trying to make a little turn in the AquaDam. So Mike here, he's taking up slack on this side, so the AquaDam wants to bend. To hold this little, see, okay, we're gonna pull this little pleat here and tie it back so that Mike won't have to stand there, and we'll have a, they're used to it. So we've tied a rope right into here to the 1 inch where the seam is, and back to here, so that this pleat here and this slack stays pushed up, so we make a turn and complete our turn. And now hopefully the corner will stay that we put in the AquaDam, the direction that it's going. There's our orange stakes that we're aiming for. We're actually going right on the outside of this far one here. These two are supposed to be right here on this side where they're coming out at, so everything seems to be perfect right at the moment. You can see the turn that we made in the AquaDam. Now the ropes aren't straight back. That's because of the angle. Everything's going according to plan. These are the stakes that we're trying to hit right here with the right side of the AquaDam. We've been pumping over an hour. And we're right where we want to be with the orange bowls. We had to make that one turn into the, we had to make the one turn right here, and we got a rope tied, and that's what's holding that turn there. That pleat, we got one side pleated up. And of course the other side is not pleated up, and it's the long side of the turn. There we are. We've got 48 feet to go, about 45 feet to go. We have approximately 35 feet to go. We're only going to use 2 ropes. The other 2 ropes are going to be wound up. This is low tide. This is as low as the water gets. We've got 20 feet to go. And I'm running out of space to stand, so I'm headed out of here, and there's not much left to do. We don't think there's anything to do, but Herb and Mike are going to stay out here and until it unrolls completely. The AquaDam has unrolled all the way. The beam the AquaDam came rolled up on. The tide's coming back in. It's raising quite quickly. The hoses should be laying the other way. That's the proper direction for those hoses. AquaDam number 2. Taking the ropes off first that were on the outside of the shroud. Cutting the small twine on the end. There's the shroud. You can see the blue hoses here on the end. We're going to cut the twine that's still binding the inside. Okay. We unrolled the first 15 feet of the AquaDam, so these double closed-ended dam, the fill tubes would come up. There's the blue hoses we have to connect to. Now we're going to put another one in right off the end of this one. We're going to leave a 10, 15, 20 foot gap. 4. Oh, the pump ran out of gas, and of course the gas can's empty, so we had to change out the pump. Well, there you go. We're towing out the next AquaDam. It's 8 footer, 100 feet, double closed in, collars on each end, which we're not going to use the collars. Here we're rigging up this AquaDam. We're going to take the collar that's on this end and fold it under. We had to use ropes to do that. Of course, Herb here is pushing down on the collar, and these two are pulling up on the ropes.
We're going to want to stand on this side. That comes off of that. Pressure-wise, you know. That way that'll hold the pressure. Of course, that's going to have some flex, but that ain't going to pull up.
AquaDam number 2 is in. This is day 2. Put that in yesterday afternoon. Battery ran dead on the camera. Now we're going to launch this 16 footer. We've cut the outside protective wrap, and we're ready to roll her into the water. The slower mode of getting across. We've got 16 foot double closed in, 183 feet long right here. We've got another 8 footer by 150 feet over here that we're putting in. We've started pumping. We've been pumping 5 minutes. Had to cut that block off. Now we're going to hook the hoses up to the 16 footer and get the pumps going in it. Folding the fill tubes back in the proper direction for filling. That wasn't the proper direction to roll it up, however. Here's an overview of the first dam, the second white dam, and we're putting out the third white, or the third dam, which is also white. The main AquaDam goes on the outside of these dams. And of course the tide's going out. Lunchtime. Work platform with all the pumps. We have 6 of them filling up the 16-foot high AquaDam. This is another 8-footer filling up. We've only got 3 pumps running into this one now. We had to still one for the bigger dam. Here, this AquaDam's about 6 inches above, or maybe 4 inches above the water level. So we disconnected the boat, took the pumps out of it, set the pumps on top of the AquaDam to finish filling. In the meantime, the 16-footer now has 8 pumps running into it and is unrolling quite quickly. Of course, the AquaDam pushes off the bottom of the, off the top of the mud, the bottom of the water course, and unrolls, fills up a couple inches higher than the water level, and that's enough pressure to unroll it. Are being controlled over here at a strange angle to where the AquaDam's actually going in at. And this one person is controlling the ropes. They're pulling the hoses out because they have a kink in them there when they're about 30-40 feet long hoses, and they change direction twice, and you got to pull the kinks out. Getting the AquaDam to unroll so we can pull it towards the white bag, towards the white AquaDam. We're trying to shift this AquaDam here over closer to the white AquaDam, and we're pulling with a 5/8 inch rope over to that excavator way over there, about 500 feet. AquaDam water structures, water controlling water. Using the AquaDam to walk on. Oh boy, that's an osprey, I believe. The 3 AquaDams, 8 feet high. You can just see the start of the 16-foot high AquaDam on the right-hand side. There you go, that's all I can...
Yeah. We need to shut one of that side off.
A boat just went by and made a big wake. And all these AquaDams are really a-rocking. Oh, I did a big fishing thing.
Color's right here.
See, there's the start of the color. It's 20 feet on the AquaDam and 20 feet off of it. And it's going to roll, this part's going to be on the bottom. We've only got about 20 more feet of dam on the beam, which in this case is a log. And they're 285 feet long. Putting a rope on the end of the log so we can spin it and take the log out of here. Here's a loop going around the log, and then you wrap it around the log several times. So the rope will help the log spin it when you pull on the rope. One side at each end. This is exactly how we go about rolling this up on this log. Now the log was 4 or 5 feet longer when we started, or maybe 3 feet longer. You can see the log spinning right there. Now it's just spinning.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Seth, you got her. All right. Cleaning off all the stuff we're not going to be using. Those are 2 broke pumps. The 4-inch pump. Changing the location of the pumps so we can pump straight into the AquaDam. We're gonna call her quits for the night. It's 7:30. High tide is right about now, or the half hour from now. And we got the AquaDam plenty high to take care of high tide. Okay, let's go.
Don't trust my steering in the boat.
I don't trust my boat.
Let's go, man. There's nothing wrong with it now. Get me the motor.
They're in between the fill tubes.
What?
They're in between. Day 3. Getting another AquaDam to put in. This is a 12-foot by 250-foot long AquaDam. There we have. We have the next bag we're going to fill up right there floating in the water. It's also white. We're going to hook this 12-foot high AquaDam to the 16-foot high AquaDam, which is not filled up all the way, because we've got to make this connection here. And we couldn't lift the fill tubes up that high.
Huh? Yeah.
We're pulling an 8-foot high by 150-foot long AquaDam over.
Drain the gas out.
Getting it set there at sea level. We got our pumps going, so we're starting to put water in the next AquaDam. Fill tube, fill tube. And of course they go to that white AquaDam here. This is all attachment collar. Using this rope, we were able to extend it out 700 feet and then unroll this AquaDam here using the ropes by wrapping the rope around the beams, one on each side. When we pull it unrolls the beam. Now we got her right up against this 8-footer. We got the turn made in it, and we're ready to start all 6 pumps back up. We're ready to go to town on this one. The wind has caught this collar and picked her up. Here's what the AquaDam looks like. The white goes right to the end of the previous AquaDam that's filled up, and the fill tubes go up. Out on shore and follows the black AquaDam that I'm standing in. And inch by inch it's coming out, mostly helped by the water pressure inside the outside tube, which would be the tube on this side. Okay, we're tying off to the bottom so that we can get the AquaDam turned to go around the corner of the black AquaDam to the shore. We decided to abandon the 12-foot installation until the tide comes back in. It's on its way out. We're going to move to the opposite end of the AquaDams. We're going to put in another 8-footer by 149 feet and hopefully make it to the Orange Stakes. This one's black, it's 8 feet tall, 149 feet long. You can see the 2 fill tubes laying on top, folded over, back on itself. We're going to move it into place and slide them into this collar. This is the collar. There's about 15 feet here, and it extends on the end of this one by 15 or 20 feet. And we've got 2 fill holes to put the fill tubes up through. One's there, the other one's there. Got all 4 pumps going. Fill tube, fill tube. The roll of AquaDam. All the way around. So if it's pinched there, that means the plastic's pulling down, and that's why we got so much up above here. So the plastic, of course, inside's got to go from where it goes through the hole all the way back over to this corner. Plus, it's got to be long enough to be elevated in height. Installing the 8 foot by 149 feet long at that end at low tide, while at this end, to turn this 12 foot high AquaDam, the white AquaDam here, we need to let it get buoyant, so we need an incoming tide. The tide's going out, so instead of fighting it, we decided to wait for the tide and install the one at the other end. It'll go a lot faster, it's not nearly as big, and we'll wait for high tide to come in and make this AquaDam buoyant. Then we're going to pull it right over next to the 8 foot high AquaDam and make a turn in it right there, just like the 8 footer has in it. This is low tide. As I said, this is low tide. This is where we're putting in the 8 foot by 149 feet long, right there. This is a 8 foot by 150 foot long double closed end. We've attached the one we're filling up now to the end of it. It's a single closed end AquaDam. This one is a double closed in by 119 foot long AquaDam, and this one is 187 foot long, 8 foot high AquaDam. That's what they look like at low tide. Of course, at high tide, they're only sticking up about 18 inches above high tide. getting a turn into the AquaDam here at the right location. So we had to make the AquaDam go flat, take the pressure off of it so we can make that turn. There's the start of the color. We've got 25 feet left to go to unroll. The wind's really blowing out here. And we wouldn't know where we were, but we had these couple of orange and pink flagging flags. We're supposed to be. This looks like we're right on. They make a great wave break. The AquaDam's completely unrolled. There's the beam that it was on. Now we can walk on it. A pocket of air out, and they're basically going to burp the AquaDam of the air that was in it or the pumps put in it. We normally do this by walking, but they're going to use that beam. Air bubble. See the water coming off the top of the bag? Just gonna walk that air bubble out. Pumps is pumping air bad. Means it's sucking in air on the out of the fittings or the fill hose. I mean the suction hose. Slowly bleeding out where the hoses go in. checking both fill tubes where they go into the collar at, make sure they're not pinched off in the corners, and they have to be sucked down into the bag wherever the water needs to go to expand the tube out to where it needs to be. Beautiful looking installation. The tide has turned and will be coming in now. It's come up quite a bit. We've been pumping on this for approximately 2 hours. This is the last 8-footer that we put in. You can see the connection right here. Here's the 2 fill tubes, bent over, elevated in height so that water can't run out. Now we're ready to put another 16-footer on the outside of it, connected to the end of this one tomorrow. This is day 3. And now on the other end of this 16-footer is a 12-footer that we're presently pumping, and we have 6 pumps running into it. But this one is in and done, and tide's on its way in, and everything looks just great. See how we made a nice little turn in it? Hopefully we got the turn made in this 12-foot AquaDam that we're pumping up right now. The tide's in, has refloated it, so it was buoyant, and then we could pull slack and get it to turn. The rope from the bottom seam back to here, and that rope's going to go under and help pull the whole AquaDam this way. Eventually it'll be under. But of course the ropes are crossed over the top of each other, so I'm going to have to solve that. Into this black AquaDam. The white AquaDam roll will move over to the right. Kind of like a log rolling contest. We've made the turn, hopefully. Yeah, we got a slip knot in it. the beam's right alongside the black AquaDam, so it can't get any closer without cutting off the beam, of course. Back at the start, they're pulling. $20 feet.
You know, because it'd be nice to know if that, with that collar situation we were talking about, you know.
Well, it's getting late, so it's high tide in about 1 hour. So we're headed to dinner, and we're going to let this pump up, and it will be just fine. And tomorrow morning we've got 5 pumps running, and it'll be just what we want tomorrow morning. It's got about another 15 feet to unroll. This is the end of the 12-footer that we were doing last night. We left the pumps running, and this is what it looks like this morning. The next 16-foot high AquaDam that's going to be installed. We're almost at the connection. Putting the fill tubes up through the holes, cutting the collar.
Right, ball one. Go. What's up, Herb? Go. Ready? Go. Ready? Go. One more. Go. All right, let's switch to the other side real quick. Now, what do we have here?
As you can see, we've got the connection done. Pumps are running. We're using 8 3-inch pumps to pump this up. Excuse me. excavator over there is pulling this rope. And spinning this AquaDam. Repositioning ropes. The excavator's got to change position so we can pull at a different angle on the end of the AquaDam to finish making our turn, our bend. We used a lot of spools of rope to accomplish this. This is day 4. Big wide turn. The AquaDam's completely unrolled. The log that was the beam, it was broke. They broke it unloading it here. And there you go. That's exactly where they wanted to head, right up that cove. This is at low tide. Now we're looking at the first 12-footer that's connected to the 16-footer. And now the second 16-footer has been connected and fully deployed, except we need to pump it up. So everything's going really, really good. Everybody seems to be happy, so looks great. Here's the end of the AquaDam. We've pulled the collar back and tied it down so the wind wouldn't catch it. and this will make it easier to make our next connection. So we can continue on the cross, and we ought to be all the way across sometime tomorrow. So this one came out excellent though. Here's the connection of two 16-foot high AquaDams together. Came out pretty darn good. Here's the connection of the 8-foot high AquaDams. Quite a difference in size. Tide's coming back in. It's only about an hour before high tide, or less. We're going to leave a couple pumps running and call her a night. Day 5, high tide. This is the AquaDam that we did yesterday. There's the one we're going to do today.
It is 2, but 3 to be safe.
Okay, 3. We're going to wait until low tide to put that 12-footer across there that we just floated out. In the meantime, we're going to come over here and put in a 6-footer, 250 feet long, across this green marsh. High by 250 foot long, open-ended with a collar runner. Only 2 pumps running, but it's pumping it up quite fast. We started the pumps up, we're ready to pump, we're pulling the collar on. Pull the bottom of the collar out first. This is the top. The AquaDam is sides are folded in, so when they unfold, they should come out just right. We're out about 100 feet. Got 150 feet to go.
This here's the 12-footer, the last connection that closes off this bay. Connected to all our 16-foot dams. There's Mike and Herb and Dave overseeing the project. And here's the perfect little cove that it's going to run right back into and end right in this channel, right there. Yeah. Here's a 12-foot dam. Connected on the end of our 16-foot high dam. There's our heavy working laborers. 16-footers run all the way around. Connect to the other side.
There's the end of the 12-foot AquaDam, completely unrolled, and now we're pumping it up. This is the one we're putting in. It's a 12-footer by 250 feet long. It's right there. This looks like the track hoe excavator sank down quite a bit through this bog and he backed up. Back to the 6-foot high by 250 foot long that we started earlier this morning with 2 pumps that are not running presently. The footprint on this compared to that track hoe, well, this won't sink down into the bog. It spreads its footprint out tremendously compared to an excavator, which helps in muddy situations. Well, there was a slope or a little drop off here, and to keep the AquaDam lined out straight, we had to do some artificial means, which is what these boards are doing. It's putting a little pressure on the low side. We're talking between here, this side and that side of the AquaDam there's a slope, and we put these stakes up so that the AquaDam won't roll down the slope when it only has 6 inches of water in it. It needs to be full for it to work properly. This end of the AquaDam is open, and the opposite end is closed and has an attachment collar. This open end has to extend up a berm, or the river bank, or the lake bank, some type of elevation at least 6 feet high from the lowest part of the AquaDam. The U.S. Air Force flying over. This is at Langley Air Force Base. The two ends of the AquaDam. One blue hose going in, the second blue hose going in, and they've stolen the 2 pumps that were filling this AquaDam and are working way over there. Here's the second 6-foot high AquaDam. This is the berm we started off of, built with the excavator, and we're filling that one. In the background you can see the 12-footer we just put in. This is the last 12-footer we put in, completely pumped up, right up along here. Here's the 6-footer. It's not pumped up yet, but you can barely see it laid out. Oh boy, all the way across there. This is an overview of the project site. The main cofferdams have already been put in. This is day 5. This is day 5. All of this area through here is going to be rehabilitated. And remediated. This is the old dump site. This is Chesapeake Bay, or a little finger of it. I believe this is called Black River, out in front of the AquaDams. This is on Langley Air Force Base. You can see the 3 workers attending to the pumps. We're still pumping up the remainder of the AquaDams. I should say we're topping off the AquaDams. This water can still flow around the end of this AquaDam and through the grass, right in through there. But eventually we'll connect this 6-footer into the end of the 12-foot high AquaDam and make a connection, and then it'll be watertight. They're gonna keep this area dry for approximately 2 months while they plant new vegetation and remediate the site. The site needs remediation because this was the old officers' skeet shooting club. I'm not sure the building's still here, but the pellets out in the mud flat are there, and they shot lots of pellets out there at skeet, supposedly, and that's one portion of the job, is to find those pellets and clean it up. So lead pellets are no-no. This is the work area. Back down to ground level. Low tide. Tide's coming in. I'm standing on the end of the 12-foot high AquaDam. The tide's coming back in. You can see all the water that's pouring in here has to run around the end of the AquaDam. Has to go over that little bar. We've got a very strong current there, but it's not very deep yet. Goes around this little tidal pool and back into the greater area. That will be their work area. The connection of the 12-foot to the end of the 16-foot high AquaDam. The collar has been sewed in that comes off the 16-foot down to the size needed for a 12-foot high AquaDam. Used about 20 spools of 1/2-inch rope, 600 feet long, to do this job. Of course, all the rope's still here. of this area will be their work area, the remediation of the lead pellets. The connection of the two 16-foot high AquaDams. This is the first time a 16-foot high AquaDam's ever been connected. Normally they run bank to bank, open-ended. But it worked out just fine. Looks great. We left spaces between the 8-foot high AquaDam so water can run out. Any water that leaks under the main AquaDam has to be pumped out of the work area and back over. You can't make two dams that are watertight. The water will just be trapped in between the two. The water needs to go to the pump that's dewatering the work area. Another spot for the water to get out.
Hey, ball up.
The 6-foot high AquaDam still filling up. This is Langley Air Force Base in Virginia. Coming back down. Falling back down. He nosed it over. Now he's pointing her down. Well, yes, this is back at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia. Roughly 3 weeks after the installation. This section here they've been having problems with, had to come back, put another AquaDam up here. There's no collar to attach one AquaDam to another, so we're improvising by putting rope around it and gut wrapping it. There you go, and we'll have this plugged off again and dewatered and well, by tomorrow, Saturday, or we'll be working on it Saturday, a big area. We're here during the air show the next 2 days, so that's what the jet photography footage was about. They're having an air show right at the end of the runway at Langley, and that's where we're working at. So it should be quite interesting. Low tide, we're going to fill this, it's drained out, all it's going to drain out. We're going to have to pump the rest of the water out. So we're installing the last 30 feet of AquaDam, an 8-footer, off the end of a 12-foot high AquaDam. Yep, the tide's not going in or out, it's stationary at low tide. Been pumping for about 15 minutes. We're going to put a big sandbag right here. We've got to turn this AquaDam. And the AquaDam and the excavator doesn't appear to be big enough. There it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Want another one there? Up this way.
What we have here is a big air bubble inside the AquaDam, and it's very deceptive of how big it is. Mostly it's air, and they're going to walk that air bubble out right now. Now we've officially made a cofferdam all the way around. We're watertight, at least at low tide. Provided we get the last 200 feet in, we'll be good for high tide. There, the air's been walked out. Now it's flat across the top. They're getting the last of it out right now. Then the air's got to go up through where the hoses go in at. So we're hooking up a 6-footer. There's the 8-footer our last picture was showing. Now the pumps are working on this 6-foot high double closed end AquaDam to support the 12-foot high AquaDam. And it's just about dark, and we've got a couple hours of work yet. But our intent is to make this watertight here. High tide is already upon us, and it is higher on the outside, the water depth, and here on the inside, and everything looks just great. Well, this is the next day. We've got an AquaDam cofferdam system completely around the work area, and we're dewatering the work area, and everything's going according to plan. It's a Saturday, and they're having their annual air show at Langley Air Force Base. Well, this is the end of the day on Saturday. We've been pumping for about 6 hours. We have an excellent seal. We threw some mud in this joint right here. It was a leaker, the joint right here. It didn't have a connection collar. This was the 8-footer we were putting in the end of last night. This is a 6-footer, 250 feet, double closed in. That's an air pocket. And that goes approximately in this case about 750 feet, and it blocks off all this tidal zone, which is what the green grass is. At high tide has a couple inches of water on it. We trapped a lot of water in here when we put the 8-footer across. Now we have to pump it out. The outside, Chesapeake Bay, outside of the work area, is about 12 inches lower in elevation, the water depth is, than the work area is. But that's, we had to time it with the tides, and we got a little carried away. We should have let it drain some more. Here's all the, this one here is a 6-footer, 150 feet long, double closed in. You can see the 2 fill tubes right there. Now, of course, because the water is deeper on this side, it's pushing all the white AquaDam that way. And now once this is dewatered, there'll always be pressure on the outside pushing the AquaDam this way. And it appears that between what that can move from one side to the other side is approximately 5 feet. You can see the dark colored here watermark. Now at high tide, of course, all that watermark will be under, and it'll just be white showing. And once we get her dewatered, it'll stay like that. So all the AquaDams look great. We made a connection over there. We have 500 feet of 6-footers from there over to there. I don't know if you can see that. When this area will be dewatered, they figure 4 days with one 8-inch pump is all they have. Now we have 5 3-inch pumps running, but that's not going to move the kind of water volume that's out here in this big pool. So far today, we estimate that we've brought the water depth down approximately 6 inches, which would be awful optimistic. Connection. Another connection. That's a connection of a 12-foot high to a 16-foot high AquaDam. Connection between 2 16-foot high AquaDams. Connection between a 16-foot and a 12-foot 250-foot long AquaDam, and then we drop all the way down to a 6-footer. This is all 6-foot material. 6 foot in elevation, or 12-foot high in elevation, 16-foot high in elevation. All of these backup AquaDams are 8-foot high AquaDams, except this one, which is a 6-foot. This is Sunday morning. The pumps were able to pump down about 8 inches of water over the night. One 8-inch pump running. So the water's definitely dropped in the work area. They figure that one 8-inch pump will take 4 to 6 days to dewater this. But everything held through high tide last night, and everything's looking just great. To keep water from coming under this where this 2 AquaDams come together here, we had to put fill in here. We stomped her down there with our feet, and boy, it just worked great here last night at high tide. This didn't lean over at all. Looks great. Here's the 2 dams, 6-foot dam, 12-foot dam, and they're just right on each other. This connection right here was a leaker also underneath where the 2 dams come together, so we had to put this drop cloth down and this big piece of plastic to seal up the leak where the 2 dams come together. It worked great. That sealed off that leak 100%. We also shoved this little plug in here. It's just to control the leakage underneath. It's not doing any good, but that can't do any harm in having it there. You can see how these AquaDams are coming together, leaning on each other. It's working just perfect. Connection where 2 8-footers come together at. Fill tubes coming out of the 8-foot high dam. Of course, it's 8 foot high at the other end, not here. It went up the bank, and the double closed ended dam.
Looks pretty fucking good, huh?
Wow.
We see no leakage underneath the dam anywhere. And it certainly has been dewatered, is dewatering. This should all have about, well, because it's low tide.
There's about 8 inches more water on that side though.
There's 8 inches more water on the bay side than this side. So even though we're around low tide, this, the water never came back in and is dewatering just great. But it'll still take another 2-3 days with one 8-inch pump to accomplish the dewatering. These AquaDams fit like a glove. The smaller AquaDam supporting the larger AquaDam. To hold this drop sheet down so that the wind wouldn't blow it. We put a 4x6 timber right down along this side of it, put a sandbag here, sandbag 2 on the other end, and then this little valley, because of the slope of the AquaDam, can retain water, and the water is holding it down. And we sprinkled some gravel in there at the start, but then decided, well, water would work a lot better, and it certainly does. I mean, it's just right down. The wind isn't going to blow that. What a great, great job.